Alexa Bliss has a lot of WWE fans talking. In this video, I'm going to tell you why they're talking, what she did to cause them to talk, and how you may or may not want to react to this news. Because Alexa Bliss, she's been out of the spotlight for so long now, and people are just waiting. When is she going to return? How is she going to return? Could she be aligned with Uncle Howdy? Because in January of 2023, Alexa Bliss disappeared from WWE television, causing plans to change pretty quickly and kind of unexpected, if you will, because she was on TV and she was back to doing her regular character, and then she started experiencing some interesting interactions with Uncle Howdy. Of course, Uncle Howdy portrayed by Bo Dallas, who is, of course, the brother of the late, great Bray Wyatt. And just like Uncle Howdy, there's also history with Alexa Bliss and Bray Wyatt. Outside of the ring, well, they're best friends. Or I should say, were best friends, because obviously, unfortunately, and tragically, we lost Bray Wyatt in August of 2023. But Alexa Bliss, Bray Wyatt, they have a lot of history, in fact. If you go back to the pandemic, you go back to Bray Wyatt as The Fiend, they were aligned together. She appeared in Firefly Funhouse segments with Bray. She was pretty important to that character. She was also very important to the demise of that character, because after months and months of feuding with Randy Orton, in fact, being burned alive on a PLE, The Fiend, Bray Wyatt, well, he was no more. WrestleMania 37, 2021. We had one of the more interesting booking decisions made by Vince McMahon, and that says something considering his track history. But Alexa Bliss, well, she turned on Bray Wyatt. She cost him that said match against Randy Orton, and then he disappeared from television for months, was not seen, was not booked whatsoever. Ultimately got released, and then, of course, Triple H brought him back in late 2022. But Alexa Bliss, she took time off. She ended up getting pregnant. She ended up giving birth to her first child. And since then, there's been these teases. Could she be aligned with Uncle Howdy? Because we know that WWE, they're building towards the return of Uncle Howdy. They've been doing QR codes, these mystery hacks on TV, little planting of the seeds in the background of segments, typical things that WWE did with Bray Wyatt. And they're doing it with Uncle Howdy. And we know that Uncle Howdy is going to be having a new faction when he returns to WWE television. We know Eric Rowan is one of those names, reportedly Dexter Lumis, Nikki Cross, and others. Alexa Bliss, she's not part of that, but she did tease something very interesting, and that leads us to today's video. This is what she has everyone talking. So she took to Instagram, and she captioned a post of her walking at, I believe, the Royal Rumble, with this: "I see your eyes, I know you're watching me." Another cryptic message, another line of lyric from her WWE entrance, or her theme song, if you will. What does this mean? What should you take away from it? I've said this before, I'll say it again. I think people wanting Alexa Bliss into this new faction because of her history with Uncle Howdy, because of her history with Bray Wyatt, I don't think that is necessarily the best place for her. Yes, she did really good character work with Bray Wyatt, but Bray Wyatt is no longer here. Bray Wyatt is gone. He's not coming back. You have to establish Alexa Bliss and Uncle Howdy in the same manner. The same manner of Uncle Howdy is now on his own. Yes, he has history with Bray, but we are not going to do exactly what we did with Bray. He needs to be a cult leader with these new characters. Alexa Bliss does not need to be associated with Uncle Howdy, because Uncle Howdy is no longer the sidekick the alter ego of Bray Wyatt. She needs to come back, and she needs to go back to what brought her to the dance in the first place. Before she was aligned with Uncle Howdy and Bray Wyatt, she came back as her true personality character that was in a babyface form. And if you go back to your 2017s and your 2018s, where did she shine the most? What got her over the hump in the eyes of a lot of fans? Well, it was her heel run. She is a really, really good heel. Now, I understand that she's a natural babyface. I understand that they sold a bunch of those dolls when she was doing her run. But Alexa Bliss has always found her great success as a heel. And I think WWE, they need to dive right back into it. And I hope that is where we're going with this. I think it would be a shame if they don't. Because we have not seen a heel Alexa Bliss in quite some time. And I understand that, yes, technically in the feud with Randy Orton, Bray Wyatt and Alexa Bliss were the heels. That was a supernatural type heel. Okay? I don't really buy that with Alexa Bliss. She was heel by association kind of thing. And they really booked Randy Orton as a strong babyface in that regard, right? But when Alexa Bliss comes back, I want her to be a heel. I want her to go back to her true personality. I want her to be in title contentions. I want her to win championships. Because it seems like the last few years, whether it be under the leadership of Triple H, whether it be under the creative vision of Vince McMahon, Alexa Bliss, she's kind of just been lost. She's kind of been wasted in a lot of ways. And that's unfortunate because she is very, very talented. And I think with some few tweaks, with some strong booking, I think it will all work out in her best interest if that's what happens. I could be wrong. Look, they could bring her in with the Wyatt Six or whatever faction name you want to go with. They could easily do that. But at the end of the day, Alexa Bliss being Alexa Bliss is probably best for everyone. Let me know down in the comments area below, what do you think about today's topic? Also, two quick things before we get out of here. Make sure to hit that notification bell so you are notified every single time we upload new content here to the channel. Also, we have new merch with some pretty interesting deals going on. Link down in the description below to check those designs out. And with that being said, thank you all so much for watching, and I will see y'all in the next video.